When I was in Europe, I had an affair.
Shit. Well, that come out. Wow. Impeccable timing, Lucy. Hey up, ladies, gents, and everyone in between. Welcome into another video. And it's an absolutely freezing morning. It's -4 in the UK. So I'm going to be freezing my tits off because I'm in the coldest room in my house. So great, good for me, isn't it? We're here. We're ready for the 6th episode of Fellow Travelers. I really hope it's some sort of happiness in this. I'm going to try and be upbeat this episode because last episode, after watching it all back, obviously when I was editing, I was not happy. I don't think the vast majority of people that watch Fellow Travelers were happy, to be honest. It was just full of controversy and like deep topics. I just hope we get some sort of like nicety back about like their relationship and some sort of progression in real world, i.e. gay rights, queer rights. That'd be nice, you know, not stuck in the 50s where everyone's repressed and everyone's after each other's throats for gain, do you know what I mean? So let's hope and pray. I really hope anyway. I just want to get into it. All my socials will be in the description below. That includes my TikTok and Instagram. If you want to see the full unedited version of this, then check out Patreon. It has all of the unedited reactions to all my videos I've done on YouTube so far. Heartstopper, Red, White, Royal, Blue, you name it, it's all on there. It's only £4 a month, so go and check it out if you want to see everything and get more content that won't be on YouTube. If you like me, go and get Patreon, that's what I always say. But, without further ado, let's get into some Fellow Travelers.
Is that alright?
He looks very good for 60 odd. Ages like fine wine, Hawk does apparently. And Tim, we both do.
Hey, you're still here, that surprises me.
Oh, because he loves you.
That makes two of us.
I wonder if this whole experience, seeing his love, his love, go through AIDS is going to change his social thinking in a way.
My prison tattoo.
Prison tattoo?
Did you forget that I'm a convicted felon?
What?
Don't worry, we're just here for the draft cards.
Whoa, so we've jumped, right, late 60s now. Okay. Well, if that's better than the 50s, so I'll take it. So 1968 was quite an important year, I think, in history.
Got it.
This is hippie, isn't it? So what's the... he's draft dodging, isn't he? Right, I get it now. I wonder what the fuck they're doing.
That's the sound of the police!
So he has turned to religion then. So he's like conscientious object based on Christian values. So this is how he gets locked up. Draft dodging. Go on, Tim. Fuck him off. Oh no, they ditched him.
You took my guitar pick!
So, you have 100 guitar picks, let her go.
Did he? Over a guitar pick. Jackson, calm yourself down. Where are these kids in the present, in like the 80s, by the way? Because I predicted, or thought, that one of them had died at least.
The FBI is involved now. He needs to get out of Baltimore.
Shit, he's seen Tim in the paper then.
I'll wire you the cash. You make sure he gets on that bus tomorrow.
Will do.
So even after all these years, he still wants to save him. Bloody hell. Never forgot about him, man.
I was thinking of lamb for dinner. How does that
Oh,
sound?
Lucy. You look gorgeous always.
Let you know if it's safe to come up.
So what, we're having, what is it, like a party? Is Jackson sussing something as well? Because he seems a little bit...
They see me rolling, they hate it.
Of course he's got a sick car. Because he's done well and Hulk hasn't. Oh dear.
Nice to see you, Skippy.
But I wouldn't be here if I had a choice.
Tim, just lie the result of what you've done. So he's become a full-on, like, training to be a priest now. Jesus.
Your father's napping.
Oh shit, yeah, because of course he said in the last episode he's really close with his dad, isn't he? So I'm guessing his dad's not doing too well. So there might be a bit of a bump in the road between him and Frankie, right?
Your folks were always good to me. And it's been nice seeing you too. Like old times.
Oh god, does she fancy him?
Maybe you'll let me take you to dinner sometime.
There we go. Shit. So it wasn't all plain sailing for him and Frankie then. That's short of being confirmed here, hasn't it? It's 1968 and the trauma still lingers, doesn't it?
Looking to become a priest?
It's more like a place where you figure out if you're meant to be one.
So no vow of celibacy then.
Not yet, but I practice it.
Well, that's going to break pretty soon, isn't it? I could sense. Hunter's cabin way out west.
Man's second best friend.
Oh, for God's sake.
Only staying until I get instructions from Father Lawrence.
Is this the same guy that ditched you? Yeah, that Father Lawrence.
With the radical priest who got you into this?
When I was in the army, I lost faith in almost everything. He helped me find it again.
I'm saying that this father like a really like this kind of cult mentality a lot of like Christian sects have. I wonder if he's one of these like, oh, like we'll all get together in this really shitty isolated commune and we all do this shit.
By lowering my zipper only occasionally and only with strangers.
That sounds so empty.
Well, that's the deal he made, Tim, innit? God, that car's gorgeous though, and he's done well then, even at this point in life.
Daddy, we're here.
What a nice surprise.
Sidetrack, right? But how are you able to have children? Like, he's probably found a way of like thinking about something that's not Lucy, but crazy.
Where's Jackson?
Upstairs, moping.
What's up with Jackson?
Hey, Jax.
Hey, Jax. What's up with him? Has he got like? I wonder if he's seen his dad up to no business, you know.
What you've done with the renovation is nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, well, thank you. But I had plenty of design help from this young lady.
Acting. Sorry, I have to say that whenever I know is a lie.
It was handy working in town like he does, and so late sometimes.
You know why he's late, don't you? Poor Lucy, man. She's just innocent in all this. Yeah. Shh. Is she fancying the contractor, or does she think?
Take comfort in the fact that you're the one he loves. The rest is all just about the meeting of needs.
Jeez. It's weird because this is almost like a complete different, a change. I know it's obviously a different time, but everything's so different, I feel like, in all the characters. So much has changed in, 15 years, or whatever it's been.
And the government's also pressing charges for interference with the Selective Service Act and for kidnapping.
What?
Kidnapping?
Forced a clerk to stay inside the building.
We asked her politely.
Well, not really. It did.
You know what they do to someone like him in prison?
They see him as cowards, don't they?
You'd have to provide the names of all the other protesters.
Want to rat out my friends?
12 years is a long time.
Fuck. Oh dear, back to bullshit. If it was me, I'd be ratting them out. I'm too much of a coward.
Jared can arrange it.
What he can arrange is not a way out for me.
Yeah, his morals, for sure. It's not a way out. This is obviously a time where the FBI was very, very powerful. This is what happened back then. 12 years for something like that. It's bullshit, if you ask me.
Yeah, come here.
Oh, here we go. Back in his arms.
I'm scared I don't have the courage to do the right thing.
Of course you do. Here we go. Kiss him in the neck.
I miss you, Skippy.
Aw. Oh, that's clear. I mean, he did track him for all them years.
I keep going back to something Father Lawrence says all the time.
Well, fuck Father Lawrence. He sounds like a piece of shit. He ditched you.
There is no God higher than truth.
But not the God again. I really thought we'd gone past this, Tim. Oh.
One was real,
Yeah, that was with Hawk, wasn't it?
and one was a fantasy.
That was with God. That's the reality of the situation. He clearly thinks it's the reverse, which is problematic for us.
I feel the same way about my family. They're my truth now.
Are we, though?
Why do I always give it?
Christ, the conflict's real, isn't it?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have indulged in impure thoughts.
Oh, God, we're going back to this. Fucking confession.
I'm in love with someone I can't have. I can't stop thinking about him.
So this was why you struggled when in the army, because you still was attached to Hawk. And let me guess, is this Father Lawrence he's talking to?
Yes.
Bet it is.
But I don't know how love can be a sin.
Exactly. Exactly, that is a line. Why? That's what I don't get. I thought,
All right, let's eat.
why? What is that? What is Jackson's problem? I want to know. He's really, really biting at me.
Why do I have to be here? It's only ever a bunch of your snobby friends and their stupid kids.
Don't talk to your mother that way.
I wonder if he's like, what do you call, like these, like, I say socialist, but like, the counterculture, right, was at this point. I saw a lot of like hippie, psychedelic things on his walls. So I wonder if he's being influenced by all that rhetoric. Which is good, because, we love change. For good anyway. And does he feel like he's a little bit, like he's, oh God, he's eating with his hands. He's challenging the social norms, isn't he?
Enough! Leave the table. Go to your room.
Hawk with disciplinarian. Is this Hawk? No, what? Tim. What? Tim. Oh, he's gonna get jealous. You can't blame the family though. They're innocent, man. The cops, what do they want? Are they after Tim because they're gonna charge him or something, right?
There's something I can help you with?
Yes, we've had some break-ins lately. Cash and jewelry were stolen.
Are these the kids that Jackson's sort of getting involved with? Because it screams like, oh, the rich don't need the coal, like a Robin Hood style thing, right?
Jax.
Shit, he's gone. Yeah, I knew it. He's being influenced by fucking unruly people.
What are you doing in our cabin?
Oh shit. He knows something, doesn't he?
Do you want a soda?
Yeah, why not? I feel like he's going to be able to speak to Tim more a bit.
I used to work for the government. I found myself in a rough spot recently. I needed a place to stay.
You're on the run. That's basically it.
My old boss treated your grandfather badly. Your dad didn't want to upset her.
Checks out. McCarthy was a piece of shit. I'm so glad we haven't seen him for a while. We're not going to see him again.
You a writer?
Oh, is he?
And a smoker.
Are you gonna tell my dad about that?
No.
Tim's a rule breaker now. Come on. Sort of. A watch? Stopwatch? What's that for? Am I supposed to know what that means? Because I haven't got a clue.
I just want to get away from here. I'm stupid, but...
No.
No. If I can imagine this life's very rigid. Like, you have to do things, social things. And he's a bit more of a free spirit.
Do you write about your family?
Can I have it back?
That's a tough subject, isn't it?
This yours?
Someone gave it to me.
Oh shit, right, it could be the jewellery. Right, okay. I get it now. So he thinks he's part of a gang nicking.
You're not to leave this house. Do you understand? Look at me. And you're giving this and...
See, Hawk, this is only going to make your kids more rebellious if you do this shit. You need to listen to your kid.
What else is new?
You see, you're not listening to him. You've seen that and jumped straight to conclusions about him. I'm betting that this is the kid that died, you know, Jackson.
Answer the door.
Frankie? Yes! I knew it.
I have something for you.
Oh, it's the poem he likes. Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
I'm going back to school. Social work.
That is a big commitment. Fucking hell, don't I know? Social workers, Jesus. We have it tough.
You'll be good at that.
I can see it, yeah. A lot of people confuse femininity for weakness, especially in men. Let's be honest, 9 times out of 10 it's not the case.
Settle down with that. Cynthia, you wouldn't have to cook.
I don't mind.
But I do. You can't cook for shit, son.
Oh, I can't either, Donald.
By the time you have kids,
I won't, Pop. I like being free.
There's nothing wrong with that.
you ever love somebody, son?
Of course he has. He loves Frankie. Mind you, how would Donald know that?
Frankie.
That's a funny name for a girl.
It is.
Oh dear.
I'm getting dressed.
Oh, we don't mind.
Tickler got in touch with the lawyer for Father Lawrence. He wants to turn himself in. Name and location to get you your deal.
I'm not gonna do that.
I reckon Hawk's lying here. These people don't do that. Tim's got his morals as well, hasn't he?
Why do you care about any of this?
We don't use this place much in the winter. You can stay here.
Let me come back and we can shag. That's what he wants.
Where would you be?
Here, when I can. If you want me to be. We don't have to do what we used to do.
Knew it. Just wank each other off. Are we wanking, just jerking off together? Is that what it is? Christ, the veins, jeez. They do love to just jump to these scenes in this show, don't they? Oh my god.
Just get away from me.
He's embarrassed of it, isn't he? Religion's got to his head.
Sin in what you and I just did.
Exactly. Love is not a sin. Don't care what the Bible says. One thing I've noticed about Tim, he likes to jump onto these, I'll say extremists, but like these kind of like these moral causes, doesn't he? Like first it was McCarthy and the anti-communists and getting rid of the Reds, and now he's rejoined the Catholic faith and he's anti-war because he believes it's morally just, right? He gets very, it's the optimism inside of him, isn't it? He gets very like attached to these sort of movements. Obviously, Hawk's the complete opposite. He's a pragmatist, he's a realist. Everything he does, he thinks about how it's going to affect him 10 steps down the road. And that's obviously the clear difference between Hawk and Tim. I feel like, this is just my own feelings, Hawk likes Tim for that, but will never commit to it himself because he's too afraid. I just find it's very, that's the thing about Tim, it's just, he gets latched onto these kind of like morally just things in his head. And I hope we might see that unraveling this episode, because obviously we know in the 80s, he's very much committed to things that weren't deemed morally just in the 80s, i.e. left-wing politics, queer rights, more empathetic ways of solving the AIDS crisis. So I just think it's very interesting.
Chairs.
Yeah, she knows. She's suspicious.
As long as I knew that family comes first. Does it?
Always.
But not when it comes to Tim. Or any of the other boys. I'm guessing he has homosexual liaisons in that cabin regularly. But Lucy doesn't seem to mind unless he puts the family first.
Andrew says you let him go.
I did.
Because she thinks he's having it on with him, right?
He might have asked me first. But that's fine.
So you don't care about that because he's not attached to him like he is to Tim.
When I was in Europe, I had an affair.
Shit. Well, that come out. Wow. Impeccable timing, Lucy.
But I was not a virgin.
I hadn't given him much.
Oh, this was before. Right, okay. I thought she meant during marriage.
I want a family.
Well, you've got one. Sort of.
Then give me a baby.
She's pregnant.
For always knowing when to say those 3 magic words.
I love you.
You're right, dear.
Oh. that as well. This is very snobby. I can see why Jackson doesn't like it. And poor Tim is just stuck on the bleeding couch sofa. Oh, it's Jackson.
And I dropped acid.
Shit.
How much did you take?
I have a tab.
They got right, Jackson. You're literally like 12. Like, if you should not be doing drugs at your age.
Is it nice light?
Yeah.
Oh, Tim, don't encourage him.
Oh, there we go. Come on.
Go on, Hawk.
Come on, everybody.
Great. She's fancying Chet. We're gonna have another affair. Because I don't feel loved by my man. Because he's going in the cabin. And having liaisons that he shouldn't be having. Woo! Oh Christ, that's gonna look good in the video, isn't it? Right, so they are in fireworks then, after all. Oh, here we go. Suck a mad dick, honey. Look at him, he's got his legs wide open. Look at this. Here we go. Fuck's sake. Do I blame her? No, because I think she knows deep down, but, you know.
I wish my dad could be as cool as you.
Maybe your dad isn't as bad as you think he is.
He's not. I've said this in previous episodes. There's a lot of, I notice there's a lot of people, and I get why, people don't really like Hawk as a character because of how he just drops Tim with a hat. He's very, like, cold in how he approaches things. But for me personally, you've got to think of the times that they're in, right? They're not in 2023 where things are better. Not saying that they're perfect, but they're better. But in the 50s and 60s, they weren't that. So this is the way that some people had to go about life. It's awful, and obviously, of course, I wouldn't accept that in 2023. But in the 1950s and 60s, this was how it was. Like, unfortunately, queer people, especially in Hawk's kind of demeanour, had to go about life in that way. It's just unfortunate reality. So I don't blame him for that, because it's a product of his circumstances. I wonder if Hawk's clever, he's going to suspect. I'm glad Tim's helping Jackson out, though.
But maybe your father loves you the best way he knows how.
He lies, and so does Mom.
Jackson's definitely inherited his dad's clever genes and, like, forward-thinking genes, for sure. I mean, he knows. He knows everything that's going off.
Do you not like that?
No, does he?
Am I that unattractive to you?
Oh, Lucy. This is what it is, isn't it? She thinks she's, like, ugly because of it. Alright, no. Fucking hell, alright. Bloody hell, we're literally seeing it more or less poor, what we. It's the techniques he used in the lie detector test, right? He's kind of learned how to turn it on and off through his mind.
I don't know why he does the things he does.
Did you know he was a poet? He's very sensitive. He'll be fine by morning.
And you know this how?
I've experimented. I seem to be always searching for something to lose myself in completely.
Fucking hell. Because of Hawk. Oh, God. Because Hawk's not there for him to lose himself in.
Hawk, I can't stay here. It's not good for me.
I won't let you be a martyr to some cause.
Yeah, but it's no way for him to live. Like, in a little cabin secluded. Christ, so yeah, so he obviously does go to prison, doesn't he?
Daddy's gonna take care of you. Okay?
I love it how... I say love it. I find it interesting how Tim is always the one to cut things off with Hawk. Because you'll think with Hawk's demeanour and what I've just spoke about, he'll be the one to do it. But I feel like it's because it's, again, a conflict of faith. Maybe him morally feels like this is not the right thing to do. Again, he's all about being morally just, I think, Tim. And maybe he feels like him being his kind of second in the cabin, where he's got, you know, a kid that's obviously not doing too well with drugs and, like, getting influenced badly. And then he's got a wife that doesn't feel fulfilled. He feels like he's the problem in that. So, yeah, I just found it interesting.
Are you aware the church views this as a mortal sin?
Oh, fuck off. But it's not mortal sin.
I don't know how love can be.
Exactly. So what does he say to this then, Father Lawrence?
Are you willing to give this love to God as a gift?
Oh, okay. He just spins it. Right.
I can try.
Well, it doesn't work, does it? The minute you saw Hawk again, you're jerking off together.
Hi. My car broke down up the road away. I was wondering if I could
I know who you are.
Is she?
Hawk isn't here. He drove our daughter to her riding lesson.
She's really emphasising our daughter. Hawk isn't home, like, know your place, do you know what I mean? She knows deep down. But maybe her seeing him turn himself in, and she might see a different side to him. Oh, it's the flat that he's at. He's got. Who is it? Ah, right. So this is how she know. Tim told her then, or he's told her something.
Years ago, you wrote my husband a letter. You slipped it under the door of his...
Shit, and she's read it. This is how she knows.
I burned it. He never saw it.
Whether she read it or not, she knew what it was, didn't she? Yeah, she did read it then.
Hawk, I still love you.
Fuck. Oh, Matt's gonna break her, isn't it? Oh, Lucy. Fuck. Oh, Lucy. I don't know how I feel about that. Certainly explains how she's acted in this episode, doesn't it?
How dare you bring that man into our lives?
Look, it doesn't mean anything.
Don't insult my intelligence. He's on the run from the law. Do you know what you risked? You married me.
And now we're back to being depressed again. Fuck off, man. Bro. Oh, he's seen him. I mean, he does look hot in that coat, I'll have to say. Both of them do. Hawk, you just gotta let him do it, mate. Oh, God. What a show.
I want to see if anything's changed in this country since Dr. King's murder. If anything's ever going to change.
I don't know about that. I think things have changed, but not as much as I feel like the civil rights leaders wanted.
How about a kiss then?
Marcus.
Don't play the ceilings, Marcus, please.
Guess we're both growing up.
I mean, that's been 15 years, boys.
Nice toss, bud.
We're going to have a meaningful chat now.
Did your friend tell you?
He did.
I hear you're a poet. Question is why you didn't.
You'd think it's stupid, and it probably is.
Oh, Jackson.
I love you beyond measure. I'm not gonna tell your mom about the acid.
Just don't do it again. Well, it's a start. The communication is starting to be built, isn't it?
I think there's something wrong with me.
In what way?
Nothing wrong with you.
Am I sensing that with his sexuality and stuff, fucking hell. I might have got that all wrong, but...
We're all gonna be fine.
Are we, though? Because I've got a feeling like he's not going to be alive in the 80s. At the end. Well, Christ, I didn't even drip. This episode was very... I didn't feel emotional in this. It was very like... I felt so much that's changed between episode 5 and 6. It was just a very melancholy, like, somber feel to it, I feel like. Obviously, it's clear to see that after 15 years, and we can tell that things have happened in between the 50s and the late 60s, which has caused a lot of the rifts that we see in episode 6. For example, Marcus and Frankie had some sort of fallout. I'm guessing it's over his dad, which is why he's moved in with him, because he's not doing well. Then you've got Lucy finding out pretty much about Hawk and Tim when she was clearing out the apartment, which is why she feels unfulfilled and very, like, cast aside. But I think I've got the sense it was very much like, again, even in the time of change, which is what the late 60s and the early 70s is all about in what we see, what we read about in history. Things hadn't really changed, because you've got Hawk that's just getting shoved in a cabin, which is kind of a symbol of that kind of, like, I would say, what's the word? Like the very, like, not unwanted love, but it's love that is seen as immoral, right? Whereas obviously Hawk's got his family in the lovely big house just up the road. Obviously Frankie being just cast aside, he had a very minimal role this episode, which says to me that, again, it kind of symbolises how that has gone to shit. I'm glad that it wasn't, because episode 5 was just pure brutality, wasn't it? You had a death and suicide. You had just bullshit, people getting off with things that shouldn't be getting off. Tim and Hawk breaking up, you know. Whereas episode 6 was a lot more subtle. It was definitely, like, sad. I definitely felt sad, especially regarding the whole Jackson thing and how he's definitely feeling out of touch with his surroundings. And as I do stand by, I think episode 7 is going to be brutal, and the last 2 are going to be really brutal, because you're going to find out what's happened, what this loss is that Hawk has had, and of course we all know it, the ultimate death of Tim, which is, I think, is becoming quite clear. Look at me, I'm talking dead serious, fucking hell. But yeah, a very good episode. I think I've taken that episode in a lot more than the others, just because the episodes were it was a lot more easier to listen to, if that makes sense. Because obviously the previous 5 are very reactive, because things were happening that were big and things were happening that was, like, important to the story. Whereas this one was a bit more of a, right, let's see what's happened in the late 60s. Of course, revelation with Lucy Familera was a big thing, but, you know. Leave a like and comment if you like this. As always, subscribe, I beg. Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.